So now that we've started whatever we've started, let's go back down to the basement and see if that door will open. Sounds a little different. The blades spin lazily within the pipe. Right now we're on the basement floor. Going through here, it becomes apparent that this is actually an elevator. Ah, my young friend. The path winds round and leads you to here. So you wish your gift. It shall be so if you continue on and accept the task. But know this, halfling, the path becomes treacherous. I spoke of a test. Here it is. It was in my younger days that I devised a maze to confound mine enemies. It is this maze that you now enter. The key is to follow the knights. Ah, but which knights? That is the test, for they lead up to my inner chamber. 'Tis the place of my gift and of your choice, so prepare yourself, young one. Alright, so he said, follow the knights, but which one? I'm not going to be spending a whole lot of time here in this episode. I'm just going to take the proper path through. However, as far as I can tell, there isn't any sort of clear pattern. There will be a lot more on that in the supplemental video. Read the ancient writing inscribed on the stone plaque. Each path has a beginning, each path an end. Each path winds round, and to your destiny it sends. I don't think that really means much of anything. So that statue will take us back to the, well, not the entrance, but it'll take us out of here. You found a book entitled Personal Journal. You take this book since the subject matter intrigues you. That another dimension exists, I have no doubt. Night after night, tome after tome, I came to realize one thing. To reach the other side would require a juxtaposition of time and place and magic. Assuming that contact is not possible any time or any place, I quickly dispelled the common theories. It was not until I cleared my mind of these things that I laid hold of the answer. Here it is, plain as day, and free of the laws of physics. There must be a channel for our will to pull their will to us. I speak of the wills of the dead, of course. Their attachments to this world shine like a beacon. The channel can see this beacon. The ring of the dead is that channel. But the ring is not enough. Their will must be as great as ours. They must want to seek us out as much as we seek them. They will seek us from an adjoining world of darkness, which is to be both abhorred and revered. Straddling these worlds means to put oneself in an ambiguous position of belonging to both dimensions, yet belonging to neither. The ring opens the door, and this door may beckon one to enter, perhaps never to return. If I, Lakmir, fear the ring, should not the whole world tremble also? I will steal it away with his brother and sister, in a place of safekeeping, and I shall call that place the Inner Chamber. Woe to any who seek it within this tower. And a third vial. You found a vial marked Forest Nectar. You pick up the vial, and I'm sure you can guess what happens next. You quickly drink the liquid. It takes only moments before your body begins to spasm. And we don't get any death message, we just die. You wonder at the purpose of this rusted metal device. It appears this contraption might make something, but what? Well, let's try throwing the nail in there. Logical, right? It fits easily into the machine. It comes to life with a whir. With a grinding whir, the machine completes its task and spits something out. The machine deposits a freshly crafted key. You now possess a rather lovely small key. This looks like it's probably Lakmir's room. You found a vial marked Night Elixir. With a glance about, you take the elixir. Let's give it a taste. You drink the liquid. It has no particular taste, but it makes you feel quite odd. And it's not quite apparent, well, at least not to you, but my controls are all sorts of messed up right now. It's not necessarily inverted, but like left will go right, down will go left, things like that. It's pretty confusing. You found a pen. This pen may one day come in handy. Plus, it's probably mightier than any sword. Drinking the dragon tears, of course, cures us of the night elixir as well. The title of the book is Memoirs. You decide, after a little bit of debating, to take the book. The time has come, and I am prepared. I must return to my rest. Some will assume it death, but it is not. It is a sleep of restoration. I go with regrets, many regrets. I regret the passing of King Gyre. The boy was always like a son to me, even in old age. Many regrets. I regret that I could not hold the Circle of 12 together, that Talamer turned to the black arts and became the Warlock Lord. I regret that I could not destroy him, and that even now his prison deteriorates. But my biggest regret is that I do not have a student to pass on my secrets to. All have failed to live up to the task. All except for one who shows promise, Belzar. He is a talented youth, hungry for knowledge. And it is that hunger that leads him astray. He has begun a journey down a deadly road, that of the black arts. He does not heed me, and that brings me grief. Perhaps one day another will come to revive the magic in this land once I am gone. The chair gives you a leg up. You scan the room from your lofty position. This is the only room where you can stand on a chair. And you'll see why in a minute. You found something called the Inner Chamber. You can now learn about the verses this speaks of. You shall make the light of the stars and open the portal. With the help from the One and the Four Orders, the Inner Chamber shall open its door. Speaking of, that door across the way is locked. The faint smell of old chemicals comes from this unadorned dish. Well, let's start pouring things into it. Now, if you remember what we read before, Dragon Tears enhances the properties of other liquids. So you would expect that mixing the Dragon Tears and the Forest Nectar would be a deadly concoction. A quick fizz and the liquids quickly evaporate. But no. I honestly wish that was a death. So let's put the Night Elixir in. And Liquid Sunset. The smoke rises and the ceiling now transforms into a starry, starry night sky. The residue of the liquids cling to the sides of the dish. Well, now let's stand on that chair. See what this is. Various size holes dot the ceiling of the room. There seems to be a small hole in the red star. Well, logically, we put a key in it. You hear a faint click, as if a lock opens somewhere. The inner chamber is now open. The Ring of the Dead and its brother and sister. You found a blue ring. You take the ring and put it in your pocket. That's the ring that makes people insane. You found a green ring. You now own a green ring. That one we haven't heard of yet. You found a red ring. Will you put on the ring? As you place the ring on your finger, you see a familiar apparition appear. Well done, Del. It is good that you continued to follow this narrow path. You are the first person in decades to see my inner room. Your steadfastness has earned you this gift. The ring will open your eyes and the dead will be made known to you. But beware, while you are wearing the ring of the dead, the living will fade away. And so, you have the gift, but what of the task? Behold, look beyond these walls to see what transpires outside. Yes, at this very moment, the pieces are moving into place for the final game. This man's name is Belzar. He is a sorcerer and was once a disciple of mine. I know his plans. He wishes to free the Warlock Lord from his otherworldly prison. This must never be, for the Warlock Lord's power is great and his purpose is evil. I know this because he was one of the Circle of 12. Yes, he was my brother. But this matters not. For if Belzar ushers him back into this world, we will fall. And the world will fall with us. But, Del, there are things Belzar doesn't know. He thinks the staff is found, but it is hidden still. And the last dragon, the lone survivor, also lives. You must seek out the dragon, and there you shall find the power which may thwart this. Alas, I can help but little, for reasons which shall soon become clear. For I live in the world of spirits, and I walk among them as one of their own. But I will say this, seek out Dorn in the first tower. He may help you. Alright, sure thing, Lackmere, but we're gonna try on these rings before we go. Put on the green ring, and the room begins to swim, and you fall to the floor.